Hi again, unlicensed thinkers. Yes, that is indeed a cat back there behind my head. I don't have some weird growth or something going on. He's just hanging out doing his thing. So yesterday I talked about how you can turn a negative event into a positive just by changing your perspective and how that negative event is actually telling you something good about yourself. Today I want to give you a quick way that you can lessen the impact of any negative event. Maybe put it into a new perspective so that it's a little less impactful, so to speak, on your life, on your day. And before we do that, I can't quite hit that like button from here. If you could grab that for me, that would be most appreciated. Thank you. So this you can say, this is some magic words that you can say that will change the impact that the negative event has, the way you view the negative event. And it could be anything. You could get a flat tire and this will work. You could be with the waitress and they could bring you the wrong food. But I'll get to some more examples in a second. Let's get these magic words out of the way. So it's pretty simple. It's, if this is the worst thing that happens to me today, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty simple, right? If this is the worst thing that happens to me today, I'm doing pretty good. Or pretty well, if you want to be grammatically correct, whatever. So go back to some of these examples and how you use it. So the flat tire. Okay, well, you got a flat tire. You can say, you know, if this is the worst thing that happens to me today, I'm doing pretty good. I mean, it's not exactly traumatic. You know, I can get over it. Good things will come out of it, right? The waitress brings the wrong food. You can actually get a laugh out of the waitress or waiter, whatever. And you can say, you know, because usually they'll come up and they'll, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I did mess up in the kitchen. And you can just say it to them. Say, if this is the worst thing that happens to me today, I'm doing pretty good. And you'll get a laugh and they'll get a laugh and everybody will have a laugh and it won't be a big deal. And you'll spend a few extra minutes waiting on your food. A few extra minutes you can talk to people, a few extra minutes you can look out the window and enjoy all the scenery, just like my friend here is doing. So just appreciate it. Have a laugh about it. You know, make light of it, because that's really what it is. In the grand scheme of things, it's pretty light. You know, you go to a store, they're sold out of stuff. Really? If that's the worst thing that happens to you, you are doing pretty good. But it works for more extreme things too. You know, you could have just gotten mugged. Well, that's terrible. That's absolutely horrible. That sucks. But if it's the worst thing that happens to you today, you're doing pretty good. You're still alive. You still have tomorrow. You still have the rest of the day. You still have a billion opportunities for other wonderful things to happen to you. So if that's the worst thing that happened to you today, it's all right. You're going to get through it. You're going to be fine. You know, it could be something as small as you spilled some of your coffee on the counter. Again, it's not that big a deal. If it's the worst thing that happens to you today, you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty well. Sorry, grammar. But it could be even worse. I mean, you could get into a car accident and you could be in the ambulance bleeding, and you could still say, if this is the worst thing that happens to me today, I'm doing pretty good. And I know that sounds extreme, but the idea here is that the less traumatized you feel by an event, no matter how big or how minor, the better you feel in general. And that's what I'm always going on about, is happiness. And like, happiness, happiness, happiness. I know, that's what I always say. If there's probably going to be, you know, a video later on that I'll make of just me talking about happiness, just saying the word happiness over and over, a little montage. But we'll see how that goes. But it makes you happier. It makes you realize that once you accept that things could be worse, then what you have really isn't that bad. It just lessens the blow. It takes just a little bit off the top and makes it a little bit easier to deal with. Again, no matter how small or how big it is, it puts it into perspective. And even if you say that about one thing, say you spilled a little bit of coffee on the counter and you say, this is the worst thing that happens to me today, and I'm doing pretty well. And then later on you get the flat tire. Well, you can still say, if this is the worst thing that happens to me today, I'm doing pretty well. And again, say it to yourself. Say it to other people that are involved. Say it to other people that saw the thing happen that maybe weren't involved. And everybody can have a laugh about it because it's a funny thing to say when something happens. And it really is. Try it. When something happens like that, especially if you're around other people, you say that, you will all be laughing. Everybody will get a giggle out of it. And it really does. It just lightens the mood. It just allows you to take a breath, just step back for a second and say, you know what, in the grand scheme of things, this really isn't that much. We have a whole life of wonderful things. I can dwell on this, or I can see it as something minor, get through it, move on, get to something better. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to hit like and share the video. Have a great day.